Hey guys, my name's Colin and this is my review of the Nike Juniper Trail 2 Next Nature. So normally I like to get 100 kilometers on a sneaker before I do a review, but I'm definitely not going to get there with this shoe, but I still feel like people would be interested in knowing about this since this is Nike's kind of budget trail runner. But right off the bat, I'll tell you, I wouldn't even bother with this shoe. There are Pegasus Trail 4s that are going on sale right now. You can find them discounted in a few different places. This shoe went up a full $20 from the original version. And from what you get in this sneaker at the price point, I would just go for the Pegasus Trail 4 on sale. You can find the Zagama on sale now. You can still find some Wild Horse 7s and some Terrakiger 8s on sale. So before I even started the review, I would just say skip this sneaker. Just look for a discounted rate on the more expensive Nike Trail lineup because those are just so much better than this sneaker, especially going up $20 from the original. I just don't really get what they're doing with this sneaker. But let's still get into the review and we will start things off with the fit. So true to size. I'm a size 10.5 in all my Nike sneakers and almost all my sneakers. This is a size 10.5 and it fits pretty good. There is a little bit of space here in the toe box lengthwise, but it wasn't enough to make me think that I should go down half a size, especially when you're considering this is classified as a trail runner. And the overall fit in general was actually fairly comfortable. I wouldn't say this is like a super locked in feeling secure fit, but it wasn't a loosey-goosey fit either. I felt like the heel lockdown was decent. The midfoot lockdown was okay with these flywire cables. More of a general kind of feeling toe box. Not very wide, but not like super narrow either. So next up is the traction. So the traction pattern here on the Juniper Trail 2s is made of some recycled material. So that's why this sneaker gets that Next Nature title. And they don't mention on the website that this would be considered a door-to-trail shoe. However, they do have almost an identical traction pattern as the Pegasus Trail 4, which is actually considered more of a door-to-trail option. And they don't say the actual lug depth of the traction here, but I would say it's like a 3, maybe 3.5 millimeter lug depth. Definitely not a traction pattern that you would take on any kind of gnarly terrain. It's more of a door-to-trail feel to me when it comes to the traction pattern. So next up is the cushion. And so no specialty cushion here in the Juniper Trail 2s. It literally just says a foam midsole on the website, and that's what it feels like. It's just a big, dense stack of foam. I don't know what it is, if it's an EVA. It's not very soft. It's definitely not React, and it feels like a high stack of foam too, which confuses me as what they're trying to do with this sneaker. The prior version also didn't have a specific specialty Nike foam, but it was a very minimal stack, and it was a shoe that still felt like it had a bit of an identity, more of a minimal kind of ground feel type of trail shoe. But there's no ground feel in this shoe, and the cushion is not comfortable or soft, so you do get some protection underfoot, but the stacks feel so high, especially in the heel, that you feel unstable. Plus you just don't get a nice underfoot soft cushiony feel like you get from Zoom X in the Zagama or the React in the Pegasus. No Zoom Air units here in the forefoot like the Terrakiger either. So overall, I was just not a fan of the cushion setup here. So next up is the upper. So the upper does feel generally fairly comfortable, but it also just kind of feels like cheap material. I was actually surprisingly a big fan of the older school feel of the upper when it came to the Juniper Trail version 1. This feels more like some cheaper mesh with some synthetic overlays here. There isn't much of a toe bumper at all. You do get the flywire cables, which improve the midfoot lockdown, and a fairly stout heel cup here. You do get a gusseted tongue, so the tongue won't be moving around on you, and a couple of pull tabs here in the heel and on the tongue to help you get the shoe on very easily. One design thing I do like is this little plastic piece that they put on here with the just do it reason not required, and you get the Nike Trail logo here on the medial side. So next up is the weight and the drop, which they don't actually talk about on the website, but this is a chunker. It feels heavy on the foot, it feels chunky on the foot. It's not light and minimal feeling like that original version. I'd say it's around a 9.5 to 10 mil drop, but I'm not positive. So the final verdict on the Nike Juniper Trail 2 is I just don't know what they were thinking with this shoe, where they were going with this shoe. Maybe they're trying to make this more of a casual, like streetwear kind of walker than an actual legit trail runner. When it comes to this newer version, I just don't understand who would want this, because it's a high stack, it's not a soft cushion, you don't get a good ground feel. It's not like a great locked in supportive sneaker. There's not much lug depth here, so it's more of a door to trail kind of traction pattern. This is just a big miss for me. And especially at a $20 increase. This is Canadian money I'm talking about, but $20 increase for this? Anyway, this is just a big miss for me. I am a fan of the Nike trail running lineup normally. Anyway, that's about it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the review on the Nike Juniper Trail 2 Next Nature. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.